Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The two pictures you have in front of you, kind of shameful to say, they're paintings of Leonardo da Vinci. The woman on the right, Mona Lisa. The man is an extremely handsome man, which was done by Leonardo da Vinci, and I'm going to get into showing you some of the little hidden deals in which he has done. And it's going to take somebody to really pay attention to what I have to say. Now I'm going to zip these down, and I want to show you the x-ray that's going to be coming up of my painting. Now this is an x-ray of my painting. And out of this x-ray, this is where it gets tricky, because it's a different type of layer. You're going to see the dog that is of Leonardo da Vinci's sketching, which I consider it's a painting, because it comes out to be many different other things that I'm going to show you what he has hidden in it. If you look over to the right of the x-ray, you'll see this dog, and then you'll see this dog, and then you'll see this dog, and it's all going to be here, and in here when I move it, and here it's going to be in here, and it continues everywhere on this painting. But let me try to explain this kind of slowly, and hopefully I'm making it on the first shot. So when you take this baby and you overlay it right there, he fits 100%. Here's his eye, his nose. You see where he is? Pull it back. I slide it over. Here he is. See the dog? Dog. Dog. Here's the outline. Here's the dog. Now you got to follow this guy, because you're going to see his snout. You're going to see his arms come out. Now I line him up. You pull it back down. You look for him. You can see his nose here and his face that goes across, and you can see his arms or his legs. See? Okay. Now it's going to get a little trickier. So now you know he's here. He's here. So you put these back. And you can see this guy. You can see how his nose lines up and how his eyes line up. And then you can see the outline of his ears, but lightly. So here's his outline of his ears. Here's his eyes. Here's his nose. Now, remember I said it was going to get tricky? If you follow, watch. If you follow this guy, you can see the dog. Here's his snout, here's the dog. And he moves this way, fits perfectly, and he shifts. But what's cool about it, if you look in the shadow, you'll see a portion of a horse being designed. The head. I know it looks kind of odd, but here's the horse head where it floats with the dog. Now, if you take this and you keep shifting it across, you can see this horse turn into a white horse. Then it turns into a black horse. Then it comes in a white tipped nose horse and a black horse, and it continues and it continues. Okay, hang on. And then it gets even bigger. See the other horse? Now, Leo continues this. Look. And the reason why he does it is because he lays this here, and he just lays it here, and he keeps going and going and going and going. And now you understand the point of what I'm trying to get across. But I'm only the messenger. So what you see here that I showed you, even though absolutely it lines up, he's got this same dog this dog, this dog, this dog, and he's got this outline of his face. Now watch, of this particular outline, like a shadow, he has all that floating within here. You can see the line, how it flows of the main body. Because my father was a television repairman, and because of so, it recalls to go back into the old days before TV started. They called them flip books. You used to get a flip book, and if you flipped the book, it moved like a movie without electricity. Now, see how the two are different, and how one shadow shows of such. Now, hang in there. This is the same shadow of the X-ray they pulled out of the Mona. And if you take a look, it has the same shadow of the nose protruding, and he moves it back and forth. And this actually fits over and comes out to go across also. I mean, that's the way Leo is. But that's not the one in which I really wanted to show you, because this particular one will show you the shadow without any changing. I pulled colors out of this one. I pulled colors out of this one, so it gets highlighted in certain images. But out of that, let me show you this. This is the one that you can pull off the net. If you really look, you can see his face. See, here's his eye. Okay, and then you can see how they put his nose, and he's looking that way. So Leo also makes this same image change again. Here, when you pull it and really get into pulling colors, you can see his darker shadow again flow. Now here comes the trick one. Out of this plane, or this plane, or any one, I call them planes, what the image was showing you. This image, you wonder what this is all about when he makes this eye and this nose and he's looking that way. Well, if you take a look, not only is the eye here, how it's even protrude like an eye, the V, it's also here, and it's here, and it's here, and here, so, and also up on top. Now, bear with me, please. I'll give you the easy one. Here's an eye, and here's an eye and an inner eye. This is like a shielded face, this area, and this one is, and these two are looking at each other. And if you stare at them a while, you can see that the eyes are up in the front and the eyes are in the back. So this guy is looking at this guy, and this guy's looking at this guy, or guy, girl. And then the back side of his head, which has eyes, is looking at this guy, and this guy's looking at this, and then this guy has eyes in the back of his head. Here's the nose and the mouth. So these images are faces within face. And then this is the top of a head with an owl, and here's the V of it, and the eye is looking this way, straight down, and this one's looking this way. And that's the prominent part. There's others. Each one has hundreds of different images of look. And then you got this guy looking at this guy, and this guy looking at this guy, and then this guy's floating in a chair upside down that you're looking straight. This is a person's face. Here's the chin, here's the nose, comes up, here's the back of his head coming in this area, his eyes here, his nose is here, and he's looking this way. It gets really good. So the tongue is cutting through that he's hiding. And okay, and then you have a puppy dog here, then you have an owl here, then you have a bigger owl, and it continues. So Leonardo da Vinci builds these like Indian totem poles that are flip books that turn into movies that are not plugged into the wall like electricity is a television. I've been trying to explain that. So when they take a look at an image, that they've been examining, like the Mona Lisa, they think, oh, what's this and what's that, you know? Well, this particular piece is absolutely a movie. Everything moves. And then it gets even trickier. He's got these arrows that point to tell you. He's got an arrow running this way, and it continues. He has his name spelt out, Sally, his lover's name, his boyfriend's name. And then he has his face hidden up in here, and he has a puppy dog face. And then underneath those layers and on top of those layers is literally millions of other particular images. But when you change this and you get into this image, which is another X-ray, and you overlay the image in here, he fits perfectly. Okay, I know it sounds kind of wild because, again, I told you, he moves across the room. Look at this. Okay, look at the shadow of the angle from here, cuts up, goes over. Look at the same right through here of the emptiness. So when you put it in here, it's the twin. So he lets you know where it's located, and so that doesn't mean anything because it only is in that particular area that showed for me and you. So if I was to move this up or down, I said that vice versa, or left or right, or even turn it, it would still fit. How he did that? Genius. It fits. If you want to see this word S-A-L-A-I, and to me it looks like an S-U-L-A-I, but he plays tricks with letters. If you take a look at this and you lay this back up into the area we're saying, you can see the S. Look at the S. It's bleeding through. See the S in the shadow? So he's spelling out the name in his works. Now this is a sketching of Leonardo da Vinci. I still consider it a painting because his sketching that's in his Cortex diary is a painting because all his works are changeable to where you can see what he has hidden that they think it's just a note. It's not. It's his true blue art that he put into his works. And this so happens to be my X-ray, a portion of it that I did, and this is Salih's face, that is the image. If you take this image and you overlay this, it is the same as this character here that spells out Salih that I've showed you. Now I have well over 1,000 YouTubes and well over 5,000 micro images and exact images and an explanation of what Leonardo da Vinci's great code of art, of tricks, of illusions, and which is not an illusion because you can see them as facts, but they seem to be an illusion. And I give you one more tip, and we're gone. Okay? Now, if you see this image, and then you see this image, just the big dogs only, and then you see this image. Okay? If you see the three, how come they look like they're moving? What I mean is, he looks like he's straight down. This one looks like he's tilted just a little, and then this one even tilted more. You see the curvature? Because it gets highlighted. He hides it. But when you overlay each one over the top, even though what you see from a distance, they match 100%. So his illusion is not an illusion. They are facts that gives you the illusion look. But don't forget, we don't go on a conveyor belt and stay still. When we get on stairs, we move. So Leonardo da Vinci's dog will actually will turn like an animal or like a TV that you see, like this stick is moving. he will have these animals to where this animal head will turn down to here and here and here and here, and you're going to say, well, it's not an exact match. Of course not. Leo made art. He made a movie. He made a flip book in a painting of magnificence. And with that, I got to tell you, I hope it comes out on YouTube. It's very difficult from light to darks that show up between the cameras and the adjustments and photo imaging of what it catches, and then again, maybe I explained it completely wrong. I know what I'm meaning to interpret, to try to explain, but I do know that I will get better. I will try better, and I want you to know that you're dealing with a very, very unique individual, and he's still talked about today. And if you look at the nose, it looks like a heart. There's an eye, and it comes on down with the shoulder. So he plays games with his paintings into cartoons that I've explained. Listen, I need you to do a thumbs up and subscribe, and I need you also to be my friend. Pass it on. I thought it was YouTube that you'd have to. You got to do Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for this thing to hit. I learned that today. Been doing it for a long time. I don't know how to cheat or lie or manipulate. I'm a very honest individual. I'm only showing you the facts. Do not shoot the messenger. And with that, I want to say, may God bless the whole world, the whole universe, and the heavens. And please wash your hands, social distance, and wear a mask. Okay? Don't forget to say your prayers. In Jesus' name, amen.